So in this next series of videos, we are going to be computing with exponents. So we need to keep this certain piece aware of this certain piece. I can talk. All right, there are certain rules that must be followed to correctly put together exponents. So if you see a certain thing, it doesn't mean we're automatically going to apply a certain rule. There are 5 different laws, and we're each going to film a mini video so you can watch what you need, when you need, how you need. Okay, so let's start with the first one. The first rule is called product of powers. This is used when I am multiplying the same base. So when I see multiplication and that the bases are the same number, I use this rule. I'm going to keep the base and add the exponents. So again, if I see bases that are the same and there's multiplying, keep the base, add the exponents. Keep the base, add the exponents. I'm going to keep that base and add the exponents. All right, so let's see it in action. So this is our first example. On any of these examples, I'm going to pause after reading them out loud. If you want to try it yourself, I would encourage you to pause the video, do it, and then see if your answer matches mine. All right, so I have a base of 3 raised to the 3rd power with a base of 3 raised to the 5th power, and I'm multiplying them together. So what this really means is this means I have 3 times 3 times 3, and I have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, and those are getting multiplied together. So notice all of the 3's multiplied together, all right, which means I still have a base of 3, but now I have the first set of 3's and the second set of 3's together, so I have 3 to the 8th power. I have 8 of them. Now, I could go on further and type then in my calculator 3 caret 8 and get a numerical answer. But if I'm just simply simplifying and making so there's only one term, I would leave it as 3 to the 8th. All right, let's take a look at the next one. I have 5 squared times 5 to the 8th. So if we wanted to see this one in action, I have the same base of 5. I have 2 of them in this first term, being multiplied to 8 of them. So in total, I have 5 to the 10th power. Let's make it a little bit harder now. All right, we have 8x squared y times 2x cubed y cubed. Give it a try if you think. All right, so what I like to do when I'm demonstrating this one is I like to rewrite it, but putting multiplication symbols between everything. Because when it's squished, that means to multiply, but sometimes our brain doesn't separate it. So this is saying 8 times x squared times y times 2 times x cubed times y squared. Now this kind of goes back to that first video that was filmed about how to use exponents. So each of these, we're going to find things that are the same. Now we have to understand with this one, numbers go together. And we would actually do the math. This says 8 times 2. And 8 times 2, well, that would make this 16. Right? Now we deal with our x's. I have the same base of x squared with the same base of x cubed. So again, our rule is we're going to keep our base of x and we're going to add our exponents. And 2 plus 3, well, that means I'm going to have 5 of them. And then finally, I still have some y's floating here. So I have y and y squared. So again, I keep my base of y and I add my exponents. And this is where things get a little wonky because you're like, 2. But I don't. This y that's right here, that's 1y. That's y to the first. So I have y to the first with y to the second, which means I really have 3. So this whole strand of stuff simplifies to 16, x to the 5th, y to the 3rd. I'm only allowed to have one of each thing, one coefficient and one of each letter. So here I have 16, x, and y, right? So let's do one more together. Again, pause it, try it yourself. See if you can do what I'm about to do. All right, let's give it a try. So I should have handled my coefficients first. Negative 3 times 4 would have given me negative 12. I then handle my variable of x. and I have x squared and x to the 5th, which would make x to the 7th. Okay. Hopefully these examples helped you out on how to find the product of powers. More videos are going to be available to you for the other laws of exponents.